The Mediterranean islands in 1974, 75 and 76 were a bit different in that the travel was not for work. I was with my girlfriend at the time, Jenny. I think we made a good-looking couple. Well, I would say that. We visited Malta just 9 months after we got together for Christmas 74 and New Year. So leaving wintry London behind, we set off with much romantic optimism, expecting fine food and balmy weather. Despite what the pictures indicate with the gorgeous raking light, it was cold. There was no heating in our apartment and almost all of the cafes and restaurants were closed. We nonetheless saw the quiet side of Maltese life, be it children returning from school or buying food from the back of a vehicle. Here, a street vendor caters for personal needs, and nuns on the run no doubt help with spiritual matters. Gnarled old guys and gnarled old trees competed for attention. Fortunately, we enjoyed travelling together enough to venture out in this direction again in the late summer of 75. We decided to explore the Cyclades, a group of Greek islands not far from Piraeus, the port servicing Athens. We start with the island of Naxos for a bit of Greek ruination. Then we go on to a number of Greek Orthodox churches which offered opportunities for abstract compositions in shades of white, black and all tones and tints in between. We stayed in room-to-let accommodation, but were never in one place for more than a few days before island hopping to the next wonderful location. One of these islands was Mykonos, which went on to become very fashionable. The iconic windmills make an appearance here, although I'm not sure how functional they still are. Then we dive into the Caldera of Santorini, also known as Thera. This spectacular view of the inside of a volcano revealed over 3,500 years ago was the result of a massive eruption which changed the world's climate, the tsunami decimating the Minoan civilization on northern Crete. There was recently volcanic activity, which is a bit worrying. In 1976, we explored different islands, taking in Rhodes. Here, the sun is going down, revealing a quiet domesticity. A man pushing a pram. A girl looking out for her date. And older women waiting on their doorsteps for something to happen before nightfall. The following morning sees men already outside, the joshing siblings teasing each other, and a mother and son on the way home from the ritual visit to the bakery. Then I observed a daughter playfully hijacking Dad's delivery trolley for the benefit of her friend. Their joy tells me they may have done this before. Also on the island of Paros, we see fishing activity with nets drying and being repaired. Boats are constantly manoeuvring, coming and going, seeking to bring home a catch, and then parking up for the night. Back at Santorini, we saw poverty and long-suffering donkeys, who in the 1970s carried everything up from the harbour. Nowadays, with direct flights from Europe, the island is well off, although just an earthquake and an eruption from catastrophe and abandonment. All over the Mediterranean islands, street cafes and the outdoor culture is predominantly the preserve of older men, typified by these two playing backgammon. Some keep working beyond retirement age, and it was extraordinary discovering this street photographer with his wife as assistant. It would have been wonderful to see the results, a man's portrait emerging from the developer and fixed on paper. Time is frozen here too, on Delos, where we contemplate the temple of Dionysus, protected by mythic beasts.